looks good. That's that. Now everything should work. The constructor works? We'll only know once we try. Come on then. All hands on board. Let's get this thing up to speed. If we can get the pointer into the green and keep it there, the machine will be running efficiently.
And how do we do that?
The good old gnome way. We just keep fiddling around with it until something happens.
Oh, all right, you're the boss.
Nate, the levers. That's going to be important later. We have to get it into the green and keep it there. Keep going, guys. We'll eventually get the right order. Nate, oil. First, we have to get the machine up and running. First, we have to get the machine up and running. Nate, the levers. We're at 50% efficiency. Keep going. Nate, oil. Timmy. We're in the green. Keep it up. Nate, the levers. By George, I think we've got it. Keep it up.
beyond our wildest dreams. The slates are practically flying out of the machine. If only we had the paint too.
Here we are. Fluffy pink paint, as requested.
What's that?
That's Ethel. She's been helping me.
But isn't that...
Yes, and she's my friend. Now, clear a space there. We have to paint the tablets fluffy.
Yes, Buttercup. That's the last of them.
And that means the way to the town is open for business. Clean air, the wide sky, and Timmy's already gone ahead to organise a few chocolates as a welcome gift.
We wouldn't have managed without you, Wilbur.
The slates look fantastic. How did you manage to make them so quickly?
We all worked together, and we had the constructor. 50 slates an hour, rather than 4 a day.
50 slates? Do you know what this means? The slate business is profitable again, despite the poor price, thanks to low production costs.
Yes, I thought we might open a little factory outside the town gates. You put up the capital, and we bring the know-how. And you'd already have a factory manager, too.
I've got a better idea. You stay where you are and produce a few hundred more of these babies.
But that wasn't the deal. I promised the others I'd get them out of here.
You should never make a promise you can't keep. You've got a week. You better get cracking. Or I might just let slip you're hiding a wanted criminal down there.
Bill!
It would have been better not to have mentioned the constructor until we're all up top.
He gave me his word. How can someone so rich and successful be so dishonest?
People are weird when it comes to gold.
What are we going to do? Are we going to spend the rest of our lives amongst the rubbish building things for Bill so he can live a better life?
I'm sorry, Gulliver. I really thought he would take us out of here. We need a plan. Only I just don't know where to start.
Ivo! Princess Ivo is in town.
What the hell are you? Whatever you are, you'd better make like a tree and get out of here.
I'm an elf and demand to know what's going on here.
Too fat to be an elf.
Well, really, I am.
You're not allowed in the upper town without permission. Get on your thing and take a hike.
I'm Ivadora, Princess of the Woodland Realm. And I am not fat. It would appear that elf pregnancies progress a little differently outside of the Woodland Realm.
Don't you get fat at home?
Elf pregnancies take years, but here? Oh, it seems that years turn into days.
You should be glad. You'll get it over and done with quicker.
I'm really not into... Oh boy. Take me to the Archmage now.
The Archmage is dead, murdered by that Weathervane fella.
That's idiotic.
That's the official version, the only one you should mention in this town. Weathervane is a wanted gnome. Him and the other terrorists have fled into the underground.
If Alistair is currently indisposed, who's in charge?
Merchant Council leader Van Buren.
Then take me to her.
Ha! Believe me, you don't want to go anywhere near that woman, not to mention her daughter.
You think that Wilbur Weathervane, little Wilbur, is a terrorist?
What's size got to do with it? That damn king of thieves is a terrorist. Him and his rats are the heart of the underground.
Where are they hiding?
I already told you, in the underground. There are hundreds of ways down there, if you're a rat, and Van Buren is having all the rat holes she can find blocked up.
And if one is not a rat?
I only know of one way in, big enough for a grown man. That means it's maybe even big enough for you.
This grand entrance to the underground, where exactly is it?
Are you planning to make common cause with the terrorists?
Perhaps I want to arrest them.
Van Buren isn't interested in making arrests. She wants Weathervane and the King of Thieves well and truly out of her way. They both mean trouble, always have done. I've got nothing against your friend, but I'd love to see that little French rat with the Spanish accent put to the sword.
Where's the entrance?
You won't get any information out of me, Elf. Trust me, I'm doing you a favour.
I'm sure I'll find out exactly what I need to know.
You shouldn't be here. You should save your skin and get out of here while you can. You've got to think for two now. Don't forget that.
Bye. Come on, Buttercup. Perhaps we'll find out more elsewhere. What the hell? Dolls, toy animals. There are puppies and pink dresses back there. And there's a painting of young minstrels. A remarkable range of goods. Seastone's a harbour town. It's pretty rough here. That shop's asking for trouble with that range of goods, even if some of the seafarers are a bit soft in the head. That's unusual. We have pretty much every known plant species in the Elf Burrow. But this, what is it? Smiling flowers? That's magic, not nature. Wanted for the murder of Archmage Alistair, the dirty, rotten, dangerous, armed and whiffy fiend, Wilbur Weathervane. The wanted man is armed and dangerous. Ha! Wilbur might be many things, but armed and dangerous? A fox who sticks up posters. Candy floss, ice cream, chocolate, sweets. Maybe dentists are behind all this. Not a soul to be seen. Either everyone's hiding in their houses, or this place is a ghost town. I'm an elf and don't feel the heat and cold as much as humans do. Otherwise, elf girls' clothing would be extremely impractical. I'm an elf and don't feel the heat and cold as much as humans do. Otherwise, elf girls' clothing would be extremely impractical. Seastone is big. First, I should gather as much information as possible from up here before I go wandering aimlessly through the town down there. Hi there.
Well, hello there. Oh, what do you want?
Wanted for Archmage's murder? Has this dangerous terrorist still not been apprehended?
It's a lot of nonsense. Van Buren wants to get rid of the rats because they're Alistair's allies. She calls them terrorists so that her people can snoop around under the pretense they just want to block off the rat holes. completely incidentally, wink wink, they find out, of course, who lives where and what they think of Van Buren. Huge heap of troll dung, I tell you.
Hello, Mr. Fox.
Oh, shit.
It appears we need to have a little conversation.
You must be Council Leader Van Buren.
Clever girl.
I wanted to ask you if...
What's all this? Oh,
You should take care of what you say, Mr. Fox. Think of the children. Come along, sweetie.
Oh, Mama, look! I made him! Isn't he sweet?
Oh, well done, darling. That old Jenkins will have learnt his lesson good and proper now.
I want him!
Excuse me, I wasn't quite finished.
Oh, yes, you were. Come on, darling. Leave the hippogriff in peace.
I want him!
Sorry, little one. Buttercup belongs to me.
The elf is right, sweetie. The hippogriff doesn't belong to us.
I made him, Mama! He's mine!
But, sweetie!
Mine!
Oh, of course. Then, you take him with you.
Poor guy. Those things around his head must drive him mad. I didn't see them. Sorry.
it wasn't your fault. Carelessness. Ow.
The daughter of the council leader. She's responsible for all these transformations, right?
Oh.
How is that possible? Normally magic fades after a while. Where's she getting her power from? Can you tell me anything about the murder of the Archmage?
Yeah.
Was there actually any murder at all? I mean, is he really dead? Wilbur and the rats would never have harmed him. They're being made into scapegoats? Assuming the Archmage is still alive, Van Buren would have kept him close by, wouldn't she? In the Mage Tower? In the school? Right, that's where I'm heading next then. Van Buren can't have gained power by legitimate methods.
These lovely things around my head stop me from saying certain things.
Like swearing?
Ha! Oh, apparently, yes. Sybil Van Buren's power without any to do so. Censorship! That's what it is. Do you know what the worst thing about censorship is?
I understand. What are you going to do about those things around your head?
What can I do? I'm a journalist, not a mage. There aren't any mages left in this town. Van Buren has them all.
Magic is the key to her power. Does she think that only a mage can stop her now? How convenient that the town's most inventive mage is underground and wanted for murder. I must go. Stay strong.
You might find this useful if you want to take a look round the upper town.
Thank you. It's better if I don't talk to him. The more he talks, the more those awful things around his head torture him. I'm an elf and don't feel the heat and cold as much as humans do. Otherwise, elf girls' clothing would be extremely impractical. Seastone. I've never understood why so many people want to live in such a small place. The whole town looks like a rubbish tip over a sewer. Despite this, everyone was drawn here after the war. Seastone stood for freedom, the wide world, success. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. A merchant stall. Maybe it belongs to one of those delightful fellows up there on the wall. He appears to still be selling normal things. Presumably it's just a question of time before he'll also be offering pandas and bubble tea. In the past, I'd have climbed up there easily. Right now, though, I'd rather put my feet up for an hour or two. No, Ivo, you must not allow this little problem to distract you. The gate's locked. In the past, I would have simply climbed over the wall using a rope, but with this tummy, I'm better off using a door. Sideways.
Stop! Papers, please.
You do not need to see my papers. I am not one of the terrorists that you're looking for.
You're trying to do some kind of elven magic, aren't you?
No, I'm just not a terrorist. I'm Princess Ivo of the Woodland Realm.
Ah, Princess Ivo. I didn't recognise you. You look so different.
I don't seem to recall you being quite so svelte before, Mr.
Shieldhand. You're right. A lot has happened. Tell me, the artifact of divine fate, could it turn me back to normal?
Possibly. Only no one knows where it's hidden, me included. Archmage Alistair erased our memories after we hid it.
Oh, of course he did.
That nauseatingly cute world down there. What's that all about?
The Honourable Council Leader Van Buren is cleaning up the town. Seastone is to become a beautiful and peaceful town. Rules must be applied.
And the townspeople have agreed to this?
Well, strictly speaking, there wasn't an election. The council leader was the only candidate left after the brutal murder of the Archmage. An election would have just been a waste of taxpayers' money, wouldn't it?
I have an appointment with Council Leader Van Buren. Take me to her.
Are you sure? I mean, she didn't tell me.
Does the council leader normally discuss her diary with the town guard?
No, but...
I'm here on an official visit. My mother, the Queen, has sent me to pay the council leader Van Buren a courtesy call. Is there a problem?
Of course not, Your Highness. This way, please.
Thank you. That'll be all.
But...
Council Leader Van Buren.
What now? Oh, you. Why are you bringing the elf in here, Shieldhand?
The elf is Princess Ivo of the Woodland Realm. I'm here on official business by order of my mother, the Queen.
Princess Ivo? What an honour! How can I be of service to you?
I can see that you've redecorated in here too. Pretty.
I can't believe that the Queen of the Woodland Realm has sent you to pick up interior design tips from me.
No, it isn't like that. I'm just amazed that the inhabitants of the town didn't raise any objections to the new style.
Princess Ivo, how can I be of service to your mother?
We received the sad news about the death of the Archmage.
Yes, terrible business.
Almost unbelievable. A powerful mage like Alistair simply murdered, just like that.
The rats and that Withervane. They tricked him, my dear. But don't you worry. We're hunting them down. We're having every rat hole in the town sealed up.
I know Wilbur Weathervane and Remy de Dumas. We're friends.
What are you saying? Friends? With terrorists?
I don't believe this terrorist nonsense for 1 second. If there are 2 sides to this story and Wilbur and Remy are on one side, well, I'm pretty sure that Alistair would have stood with them, and that side is the right one for me too.
So, you are a terrorist, and you admit that quite openly.
I'm the Queen's daughter on a diplomatic mission, and I'm trying to make an assessment of the situation. Do you know how difficult it is to get hold of a fully trained hippogriff? It cost me a pot of gold.
I will happily supply you with an IOU. Is that all?
The last time I was here, the town was full of people.
Yes, we have cleaned up. That encampment in front of the gates was unworthy of the town.
I agree, but where are the refugees?
Gone. And that's why the citizens of this town can live a decent, orderly life now.
A decent, orderly life according to your standards?
According to the right standards. There's no crime in Seastone anymore. No beggars. No one breaking the rules. How can I leave the rest of the world to remain in a state of chaos, disorder and brutality?
You can't impose your ideas onto all humankind. They have to follow you of their own free will, or not, as the case may be.
That was how things used to be done, but now there are ways and means of ruling more efficiently.
If that's your attitude, then I've heard enough. Goodbye.
Wait! You're not about to go and fetch a certain artefact, are you, by any chance?
Even if I knew where the artefact of divine fate was, I wouldn't use it.
Oh, Alistair's girl. But you must see that I can't take any risks. Shield hand, put her in jail.
What?
But Lady Van Buren, she's an envoy of the Queen and her daughter.
I will pay a visit to the Woodland Realm and explain from Queen to Queen. From democratically elected leader to Queen.
This way, please, Princess.
Come any closer and I'll box you. What a lovely dice. Did you make it?
Yes, I can make anything.
Really? And you think of all these lovely things by yourself?
A few are in my book too.
Oh, the Frog King. Ah, that story was always a favourite of mine.
Mine too.
Here, have a nice play with your dice. The Frog King, eh?
Get her out of here!
Please, come with me. At least you'll be safe in jail. No, that's not quite straight either. Try again.
The pregnant princess of the Woodland Realm, in jail. Luckily, the reporter's got problems of his own to deal with right now. Hey, psst, you there. Do you know a rat called Remy de Dumas?
You're Ivo, aren't you?
Do we know one another?
I followed Uncle Remy and hid while you were having all those banquets and receptions. You were there, and Wilbur, Captain Nate, and the Critter, and Archmage Alistair. It was all very festive.
Can you fetch Wilbur or Remy so they can rescue me?
I can rescue you. I'm in the Resistance.
Yeah, of course, but perhaps your uncle...
He's on a mission. But fortunately, there's a rat here who can help a princess in need. Now Mr. Fox is busy sticking up wanted posters.
How much longer?
That'll take him a couple of hours by the looks of things.
Until you've learned to put the posters up nice and straight. And you should mind what you say.
Looks like there's paste, or troll spit, or some other kind of glue in the bucket. The bucket is clearly too big and too heavy for me. I couldn't even pull the brush out of the paste without being spotted by Mr. Fox or Mr. Shieldhand.
That's not quite straight either. Try again.
I'm quite sure all of these posters will be up on the wall before Mr. Shieldhand's satisfied they are hung straight enough. Not possible right now.
It's not my fault you can't comfort yourself with your food anymore.
Oh, I'm not blaming you. And I've already found something
All
else
right.
to pass the time. Spit spot.
Oh, I've already taken one. That should be enough. I'm quite sure all of these... Oh, I've already... A swanky chair that Shieldhand likes sitting on. He used to have a deck chair, but they made him get rid of it at some
That's
point.
not quite straight either. Try again.
I know we've had our differences, but this is just...
And entertaining. Actually, it's mainly just entertaining. Look sharp now. Council leader's orders.
If I lie the poster on the chair and Shieldhand sits on it, it'll stick to
That's
him.
not quite straight either.
But would
Try
it be
again.
of any help? He'd end up getting a commendation for turning himself into a walking advertising board.
How much longer is this gonna go on?
Until you've learned to put the posters up nice and straight. And you should mind what you say. No. That's not quite straight either. Try again.
Never mind the fact I'm not on it. I don't want to help distribute this rubbish. This fire is lit every night.
You can't
Mr.
comfort
Shieldhand
yourself
used to
with
enjoy
your
grilling sausages on it.
anymore.
Well, all that stopped
Oh, I'm
since he
not
lost one of his
blaming you. And I've
dimensions.
already found something
I
else
wonder
to
what
pass
he
the
does
time.
when it rains.
Spit spot.
Many say Mr. Shieldhand is the worst town guard Seastone has ever had. Us rats see it differently. He's lazy, not particularly clever, and when he does happen to patrol the streets, his armour clanks and creaks so much you can hear him
Try
from
again.
miles off. Perfect. Must be quite difficult not having a real body anymore. But that doesn't mean he has to vent his bad mood on Mr. Fox.
I know we've had our differences, but this is just...
And entertaining. Actually, it's mainly just entertaining. Look sharp now. Council leader's orders.
A couple of bits of charred wood have fallen through the grill.
No.
I'll take one.
That's not quite straight either. Try again.
The door looks quite solid and is probably locked. And even if it isn't, Shieldhand would notice if I opened it. I've got to get rid of him. Both
Till
of them,
you've
if
learned
possible.
to put the posters up nice and straight. And you should mind what you say.
The door looks quite solid and he...
No. That's not quite straight either. Try again.
A swanky chair that Shield Hand likes sitting on. He used to have a deck chair, but then...
It's not my fault you can't
Symbol of the
comfort yourself
resistance.
with your
That should be hanging up all over town.
Oh, I'm not blaming you. And I've already found something else to pass the time. Spit spot.
That might work. If Mr. Shield Hand had the symbol of the rebels stuck to his back, I'm sure he'd try and get rid of it as quickly as possible. But I can't just stroll up there and stick it on his back. If he sees me, it'll
No.
take just one strike
That's
and
not
I'm
quite
down for
straight
the
either.
count.
Try again.
No, we've had our
I'd
differences.
love to write what I think of him and the council leader on his back.
And entertaining.
But
Actually,
although he's mostly
maybe
made of card, I
just
think he'd
entertaining.
notice.
Look sharp now. Council leader's orders. No,
That might work.
that's not
I
quite
can't-
straight either. Try again.
That might work. If Mr. Shield Hand... I can't... A solitary resistance poster isn't going to make a difference. I can't get up there anyway.
To put the posters up nice and straight. And you should mind what you say.
That might work. But I can't...
No, that's not quite straight either. Try
Time to
again.
turn Mr. Shield Hand into an advertising figurehead for the resistance.
What the? What is it? Hey, Fox, is there something on my back? Can you see anything?
Oh, yeah. I can see something, all right.
What is it? Is there something stuck to me?
Now, what would the council leader say if our very own town guard was making propaganda for the rebels?
Propaganda? But I haven't.
Don't worry, I'll get it off. It might sting a little bit.
But no!
Stop that resistance sympathiser!
There are 3 keys on the town guard's keyring. One of them should be for the door to the guardhouse, the others for the cells. This is the second time I've had to rescue one of the big heroes of Avantasia. Timmy Mousevich, hero rescuer. It's a bit unfair that only Wilbur and Uncle Remy are wanted. There are many other rats belonging to the underground who should also be wanted as dangerous terrorists. Me, for example. It's a bit unfair. Even if I find a way to reach the keyhole. The first, but hopefully not the last princess I'll free. Ivo, I've got the key.
Really? Well done.
Can you reach it?
No, but I've got a blanket in here which I can rip into strips. Right, that's sorted.
Wow, you're really, really fat.
I'm pregnant. Somehow. Where are Wilbur and the others?
In the underground. I'll let them know you're here.
But where? Oh. If I do my job right, then soon I'm going to be an enemy of the state. And looking at this regime, I'd regard that as an honour. If I do my job right... I can't believe how the little rat boy got me out of jail. I think he must take after his uncle. A bucket with an evil-smelling, sticky, slimy substance. If I ever need anything like this, I'll know where to find it. From celebrated hero to enemy of the state number 0.5. Steep career path for Wilbur. Of course, statues will always be the first to lend their support when there's a revolution. I'm not sure who this statue's meant to be, but I'm certain that the council leader's people have defaced it. Wow, I'm glad I'm out of there. Seastone's a dangerous place these days, but at least I can do something about it out here. Salt pretzels, donuts with icing sugar, together with hot mustard and a bit of pickled cabbage. Perfect. Oh, I think this baby's trying to influence my mind. I've never had a craving for fish fingers with custard before.
Huh? Oh, it's you.
Working late, are we?
A merchant's work is never done. Now, if you don't mind, I'm off on holiday.
Who takes care of business when you go on holiday?
We don't get many walk-in customers nowadays. We concentrate primarily on production. But when I get back, I'm going to talk to the council leader about opening up new markets.
And these are tribbles that you're selling?
Fresh off the press, so to speak. The management's efforts have optimized production decisively.
Then one just needs to find someone who wants something like that.
I'm working on that. In my opinion, every school kid in the land needs a magic slate like this. I'm going to speak to the council leader of the merchants about that.
What did you say? Where's the entrance to the underground?
I didn't say anything. You've got no business down there.
And where exactly have those fluffy things been manufactured?
Not in the underground.
And this privy doesn't lead there?
No.
Then may I use it? Or is the flush not working?
I don't know anything about any underground. I just want to earn an honest crust. Why does everyone seem to have a problem with that? I'm taking these ghastly things to the school, then I'm out of here.
The gate's locked. In the past, I would have simply climbed up. There's a surprisingly large padlock on this privy. Someone's really not keen to allow their fellow man access to a free bit of relief. A great disguise for the secret entrance to the underground. No one would be keen to know where the things plopped into a privy would disappear to. And the merchant was in such a fluster that he forgot the padlock. Hello? Anybody there?
Hi, Vo. Is that you?
Wilbur? What on earth have you been up to?
Well, you see, it's like this. And then he didn't pull us up. And then Timmy came and said you were in town. And then you called out, Wilbur! And I...
Thanks, I'm fully informed now. It's a pretty long story.
Yeah, but exciting too, right? And sometimes funny and a bit sad and...
What's the next step? How are we going to change the Archmage back?
So, actually, I wanted to, Someone else should.
Wilbur was going to run away.
What?
Run away? Well, not really.
Of course not. We can't simply leave the town to this dreadful Van Buren. And from what we know, it's likely Munkus is sneaking around here as well.
So what do we do?
First, I'm going to get you up here, I guess. Then we can work out together how to rescue the Archmage.
But Remy's right. As long as the wand still exists, there's no way we can defeat Van Buren.
Master Alistair will know what to do.
Don't rely on me. Rely on yourselves and on your friends.
What? You have to speak up.
That's what the Archmage always said. Remy believed him. That's why he took the matter into his own hands.
What's happened to Remy?
He's relying on me. I'll follow him and we'll find a way to destroy the wand. You pull the zombies and Nate up, and then come up with something for the Archmage. Maybe we can also help one another a little. Maybe we can use the basket to exchange items and talk to each other through the hole.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Go get Esther, Gulliver. Time for some fresh air.
I don't know how to thank you, Wilbur.
It's all right.
Our second child will definitely be called Wilbur. What do you say, Nate? Want to see the stars?
You wait here, Timmy.
But I can help.
You sure can. If you hear terrified screams coming from the hole, then think of something.
You are going to find Uncle Remy, aren't you?
Of course. The rope has served me well twice already. Maybe it'll hold up for a third time, too. The hole is more than scary. But Remy's down there, and maybe he's injured and needs help. You know, somehow I can't think of anything witty to say about this rock. It's heavy, probably. Anyway. I'll find Remy. Timmy's been through enough already. I'll find Remy. Timmy's been through enough already. I'll find Remy. The rope has served me well twice already. Okay. The time had to come sooner or later. Ah! Oh, hello?
Another one.
For years no one visits, and now all this activity.
I have something to do up top. See you later.
The ugly dwarf turned and made to leave that sinister place.
Hey, I'm not a dwarf, I'm a gnome. And Mum says I'm a handsome little fella, too.
He said defensively, but this did not impress the darkness much. Next, the dwarf said,
Not that I have anything against creepy voices from the dark, but maybe we could have a little light here?
Why is it dark? And what could you do to make it light?
The young hero stood in a beam of light, surrounded by the deepest darkness, and the voices said,
Two trolls look up into the night sky. One asks the other, What do you think? Is there life on the moon? And the other replies, Well, of course! There's a light on, isn't there?
Ugh.
Fantastic.
Who are you? And why don't you come into the light so I can see you?
We can't.
Well, we could, but we just don't want to. We are gods. We can do anything.
You're gods?
He froze, as if struck by a bolt of lightning, whilst the implications of this danced wildly around his head.
Actually, no, not really.
But you must. You are speaking to gods.
What exactly are implications?
Hey, two cannibals are eating a clown, and one says to the other, he tastes a bit funny.
Oh, do be quiet. I'm trying to create atmosphere here.
Isn't it about time for a riddle?
If you're gods, then can't you just say something like, let there be light, and it gets all bright in here?
Two trolls are looking up into the night sky, and one says to the other, what do you think? Is there life on the moon?
Not again.
Of course we could create some light. Or it could simply just be light in this cave. Where's the challenge in that?
But
Said the little dwarf,
why does everything always have to be so complicated?
and stamped his foot on the ground.
Say what?
You have to stamp your foot on the ground.
What kind of gods are you?
Well, we are...
Wait! He has to create light first.
Did a rat in a hat pass through here?
asked the gnome in a brave voice. He, however, didn't know at this point that he would be leaving the caves without his friend.
You know something about Remy?
That's what one calls foreshadowing. It's a device used to keep the audience entertained.
Showing something other than complete darkness might also be helpful.
He's got to solve the riddle first.
So what's with Remy? Was he here? Where did he go?
Oh, I've got another one. One politician says to the other, I don't know why no one likes us. We don't do anything.
And what exactly has that got to do with the story?
Thank you for the conversation. I'll look around a bit.
Not without any light.
Hey, two cannibals are eating a clown, and one says to the other, he tastes a bit funny.
Haha. So, till next time.
You scared him away.
He liked my jokes.
All three of them?
But what's so funny about that?
That's my safety line, my only connection to the world above. Aside from the light coming through the hole, you can hardly see a thing down here. And I think I need more than just a torch or something like that. It sounds like I'm in a fairly large cavern. Hello? Are you still there?
Where else would we be?
Can't you give me a little help here? There's a little rat sitting up there who misses his uncle.
Emotion overcame the dwarf, and tears of anger and exhaustion welled up in his eyes.
That's not true! And I'm not a dwarf!
You must understand, the protagonist must come up against problems. No conflicts, no story.
Put as many obstacles in his way as you like, but can you still help me?
Perhaps a joke would calm the situation down.
No.
I need to find a way to light this place up. Doesn't have to be a particularly bright light, but I'll have to be able to see into every nook and cranny if I want to find Remy.
A riddle that must be solved. And the solution leads to more riddles, and then...
As long as we get light, and we can start seeing something for a change.
I just can't grope around in the dark. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of caves?
Thought the dwarf, who didn't want to be one, whilst dead eyes were looking at him from the darkness.
Dead eyes?
He thought, and instinctively took a step backwards.
I didn't think it. I said it.
I noticed that too. Who does he keep talking to? Isn't he on his own?
I need to find a way to light this place up. Doesn't have to be a particularly bright light, but I'll have to be able to see into every nook and cranny if I want to find Remy.
A riddle that must be solved. And the
As long as we get light.
just can't grope around in the dark. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of caves?
Thought the dwarf, who didn't want to be one, whilst dead.
Dead?
He thought.
I didn't think it.
I noticed.
Up's even worse than down.
Wilbur, have you found Uncle Remy?
Not yet, but I'm working on it. Timmy?
Yeah?
You can hardly see your hand in front of your face down there. I need a light.
We could build a torch.
Not only is it pretty dark down there, but pretty scary as well. A flickering torch? That casts shadows? No thanks. I need something different. Something that illuminates the whole place. I've got to get back.
You can do it.
I'll find Remy. Timmy's been through enough. It looks like the Van Buren's girls' abominations have even found their way down here. Someone with taste couldn't bear to have this stuff around any longer and threw it away. Mostly toys. And, oh, what's this? A hand mirror. I'm going to take it with me. Could come in handy somewhere. A small mirror made out of some strange material. It's really smooth, like wood, but it feels different. Nate liked the seesaw, probably because it was new to him. There are so many new things waiting for him up there. I almost envy him having the chance to experience it all for the first time. The pipe eventually gets to the magic school staff room, where the transformed archmage is being held captive. Unfortunately, I'm about 10 times too big to fit through the pipe. The pipe eventually... From the look of things, Ethel's right back in her element. Hi, Ethel.
Ooh, you always have this habit of creeping up on me.
You and Esther did a great job with that fluffy paint. Although, I'm still not sure I understand it all.
What's so difficult to understand? Yellow and blue give you green, pink and fluffy give you fluffy pink.
There's a colour called fluffy.
Fluffy jumpers are dyed with it. Many wash powders are made almost entirely of fluffy. Oh, young people today, absolutely clueless with regards to alchemy.
You and Esther got along well together, didn't you?
Surprisingly, yes. Didn't want to eat me or anything like that. Nice person. Gone now. I'll miss her.
You could visit her sometime.
Lots to do. But yes, maybe.
I followed Remy down into the dark hole.
Ooh, what's it like?
Dark.
Then you need to sort out some light. Chop chop.
I have to be going, Ethel.
If you need stew, you know where to find me.